All right, guys, so looks like Derrick Lewis lived up to his name. He is the knockout king of the heavyweight division. 11 knockouts, survived some tough submission attempts in the first, and he got it done in the second. We're breaking that down right now. What's up, Barnhill family? Welcome back to the channel. So, Nick, we have a new knockout king in the heavyweight division. The Black Beast himself, Mr. Derrick Lewis.
Yeah, it kind of creeped up on me. I didn't realize. Well, until they started talking about it, I didn't really realize he was right there for breaking history. But man, congratulations to him. Houston's own with the most knockout power in the UFC's history.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's really a skilled fighter, and I think a lot of people, they always point to the fact that he doesn't have very much of a gas tank, and he didn't come from a wrestling pedigree or a jiu-jitsu pedigree. But let me tell you what, Aleksei Oleinik is one of the best submission artists in the heavyweights history.
For sure.
And Derrick Lewis had to really show his true colors and true toughness and technique, I might add, in the first round.
He got a little hairy there at the end of the first round.
He did. Oleinik was cranking on his neck. He had him he was trying to finish from like almost a scarfold position, and then it
got real scary when he pulled that Kimura grip.
Yeah. I can't remember was it an Americana lock or what it was, but yeah, I mean there was a sequence there that Derrick was going to be in trouble if the round didn't end when it did. But that's how it works. So it's a 5-minute round, and you reset after that. So he was able to be saved by the bell there and then get that knockout finish. But he's a really all-around, very skilled fighter. And I think his grappling and submission defense has come a long way since we first started watching him.
For sure. Derrick Lewis is such a character in the sport. He's one of the few guys, and people talk about it, they don't need to be in a title fight for them to be a main event, or for even though he's kind of become a championship fighter, and with all most people just know him as this hilarious personality, this big personality, larger than life, funny, but people thought he might just be one of those guys that kind of floats around the heavyweight division. No, he is a top contender.
Absolutely.
If not the top contender, one of. Right now Ngannou is definitely the top contender, but he's right there, and he's proven to us that he's not just some big personality. He deserves a title, and he's proven it every time he comes out
I will say that Derrick Lewis is always only one punch away from a UFC title belt.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think anybody, Stipe, DC, Francis, would argue that. You see Francis Ngannou just would fight people with a reckless abandon, and just knock people out, not be afraid to just get in there and exchange. Even with some of the most decorated kickboxing strikers of all time, like Aleksei Oleinik, he got in there and wasn't afraid to stay right in the pocket and fire his shots. He didn't really do that against Derrick Lewis.
No.
That shows you how much people respect Derrick Lewis's striking ability. I mean, he is a true top-level striker, and he's not just throwing head-hunting bombs. He's throwing head kicks. His Muay Thai.
He's an athlete.
Yeah, he's throwing combinations. He's disguising shots. He's feinting. And like I just said, he's always one shot away from changing the whole heavyweight landscape up.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently ranked number 4. I don't know. It's kind of a logjam up there. We have a few things that we need to see play out, like this weekend's main event, to see what happens with the layout of the heavyweight division. But I mean, he's obviously up for a title shot, especially if the two guys that are fighting in the main event for the trilogy, the Stipe Cormier trilogy, if they both step away, which could very well happen. And
well, one interesting thing he said after the post fight, and then I saw on Instagram this morning, is that he wants to get down to about 240, 245 before his next fight, with in a little bit better cardiovascular shape.
Can't blame him for that.
I can't blame him for that. I mean, if you look at the history of the heavyweight division and the size of all of the champions, they've been around that 235 to 250 range. You don't see Brock Lesnar comes to mind, but when you think of Stipe, Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos, they're all in that 240 to 245 sort of range. So
he looks like he's leaned out over the past few years.
He does.
But I think if he can trim a little bit more of that fat, he's going to move even better and be even quicker. And losing 10, 15, 20 pounds isn't going to take his knockout power away.
No, not at all. And it's hard to tell how much he really has trimmed out because he weighs in at the heavyweight limit. So it's like we knew he was cutting weight before to get to 265, and now it's like, well, how is he living right at 265 now, where he might have been 285 before and was cutting?
Right.
You know, we really don't know. One interesting thing that I saw on Instagram this morning is that he said he is interested in a fight with Curtis Blades.
Yeah, Curtis called dibs on the Black Beast.
So. Yeah, and so did you hear how the Black Beast said he's going to finish Curtis?
Yeah, he said he's going to take him down and finish.
And ground and pound him.
Submit him or something like that. Yeah, and he knows, that's the thing about him. He's such a fun character for the sport. And he knows that the people don't see that happening. The betting odds are not going to be in favor of him submitting or finishing Curtis Blades on the ground. But that would be a very fun fight to watch.
All right, guys. So that's it for Derrick Lewis and Aleksei Oleinik's recap. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Derrick Lewis in title contention now? Who would you like to see him fight next?
I want to see him fight Francis Ngannou.
Ooh, we know who Nick wants to see him fight. Guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, please. If you listen to podcasts, we're available on every platform, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Podbean, you name it. We're there. Yeah. The Barnhill Brothers, guys. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.